Want to be the Lion King? Then be ready to trade it for blood, your pride, and sometimes even your life. The life of a lion is nowhere near as peaceful as its majestic appearance might suggest. Every single day, lions have to defend their territory, protect their pride, and stay alert for threats that may come from outside, or even from within their own group. And if you want to understand why power is so fiercely contested in the lion world, you need to start by looking at their everyday life. Lions, famously known as the king of the grasslands, are not alone out there on the savannah. In fact, they are one of the very few big cats that live in social groups. This unique social structure plays a huge role in their dominance at the top of Africa's food chain. A typical lion pride includes several females, their growing cubs, and 1 or 2 adult males, forming a tight-knit and highly cooperative unit. Their habitat consists of vast grasslands, open plains, and sweeping savannas, places where the sun never stops shining and prey is scattered across the landscape. It is this mix of open terrain and abundant food sources that has allowed lions to develop such an effective communal lifestyle. In a world shaped by constant change and harsh natural conditions, living in a pride is not just a biological trait, it is a powerful survival strategy. Because the truth is, no matter how strong a lion is, one individual alone stands little chance against all the dangers that are always lurking nearby. What is truly fascinating is that within every lion pride, each member has a distinct role, clearly defined as if the group runs on an internal system. The females are not just the ones who bear the next generation. They are also responsible for finding food and keeping the daily rhythm of the pride in balance. Meanwhile, the adult males, often larger and more imposing, serve as the outer shield, acting as a living line of defense, always present to deter threats coming from outside the territory. Even though they do not directly manage daily activities, the presence of a male lion carries a symbolic weight, one of power, authority, and stability. Their role goes far beyond just protection. They help maintain the social structure, a structure that, if shaken by the absence of these male pillars, could leave the entire pride vulnerable to threats from both the outside and within. All of this shows that the life of a lion pride is not some random gathering, but rather a highly strategic biological system, where every individual exists with a purpose tightly woven into the survival of the whole. And while the outer world of the pride may seem quiet, inside, the bonds between members are always active, like an invisible web held together by memory, roles, and deeply rooted relationships formed since childhood. From the outside, a lion's life may appear to be a loop of familiar routines, eating, resting, and interacting. But beneath that calm surface lies a state of constant awareness, where every decision, from where to stop to when to move, is based on a complex balancing act between safety, resources, and internal order. What looks like peace is, in reality, a fragile equilibrium between strength and responsibility, a survival dance that demands constant alertness. All it takes is a single change in the pride structure, the appearance of a strange male or the weakening of an older female, and the balance can be disrupted instantly. That is also when the first signs of a shift in power begin to emerge. In the lion world, power is never passed down gently. It is not a gift. It is a prize reserved only for those who not only dare to dream, but are strong enough to take it. And because of that, being the leader of a pride is not just a symbol of dominance. It is living proof of a brutal selection process, where only the most suitable individuals can rise to the top. Typically, a pride is ruled by just 1 or 2 dominant males. And these lions are always being silently watched by rivals from the outside. Because from another perspective, being at the top of the pride does not only come with respect, it also means access to the gene pool, the opportunity to pass on your bloodline, and the authority to control how the group functions. That is why young males, once they leave their birth pride, are never just aimless wanderers. They are quiet contenders, patiently seeking the chance to overthrow and replace. Behind the calm image of the grasslands, there is a constant undercurrent of movement. Every dominant male lion knows full well, the power they hold is only temporary. Any sign of weakness, any shift in the pride's internal dynamics can become the very excuse that outside challengers need to move in. And that cycle of replacement, even when it does not explode in violence, always exists, like a silent drumbeat of pressure behind every single day of life. Not every male lion succeeds in the quest for power. For many, life is just a long process of rejection, being denied, being blocked, or being forced to live on the fringes, without a pride, without a role, and without any chance of passing on their genes. Yet for those who do make it, victory is far from the end. On the contrary, it marks the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one filled with relentless challenges where the position they fought so hard to claim must now be defended every day, every moment, against constant eyes watching and threats that never truly go away. Becoming the leader of a pride may be the ultimate peak in the life cycle of a male lion, but holding on to that position is where the real, never-ending battle begins. Once at the top, the pressure does not just come from outside threats, it also builds from within the pride itself. Balancing power, maintaining territory, and ensuring social stability all demand a kind of lasting strength, something that goes beyond pure muscle and enters the realm of managing the emotional and strategic state of the entire group. Just one small crack, one sign of weakness, could be the spark that ignites a complete reshuffling of power. What is even more remarkable is that these shifts do not only affect the males, they send shockwaves throughout the entire social system of the pride. Every time power changes hands, the group enters a period of reorganization. Everything from the distribution of roles to the breeding system to the safety of the cubs is thrown into flux. The structure that each member once knew may have to be rebuilt, sometimes from the ground up. And this is exactly what makes lion society one of the most dynamic models of wildlife organization, yet also one of the most resilient over time. Lions, despite their majestic, calm exterior, are actually living in the middle of an ongoing battlefield of competition. Every position, every privilege must be earned and defended through real ability. In that world, there is no room for illusion. There is no such thing as a truly safe spot. And it is this harsh reality that has forged a species with an incredibly tight-knit social structure, a deep strategic instinct, and an unmatched capacity to adapt, the very traits that have kept lions at the top of Africa's grassland food chain for hundreds of thousands of years. And maybe it is from these silent rivalries that lions have become the most vivid embodiment of a simple but powerful truth. In nature, there are only two choices: adapt or be replaced. It is not the strongest, but the most resilient and best suited that survives. And lions, with all their glory and the constant trials they face, are the living proof of that law, a symbol not just of power, but of evolution that never sleeps. There is never a moment of true peace. All it takes is one stronger challenger to show up, and the entire empire could shift overnight. And if you found yourself surprised or moved by this hidden empire of lions, feel free to drop a comment below. And if you want to keep exploring the wild and fascinating secrets of nature, do not forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next adventure.